Captain Price being in Paris really doesn't make sense. There's no canonical known reason for him to be there, but I think I found indisputable proof of why he's in Paris. And it's for a person. Someone who can lead us to the real villain of Modern Warfare 4. And it's someone we've already seen in the original Modern Warfare series.
Makarov's bomb maker, Volk, is in Paris. We need to act before he bolts.
Now that name probably doesn't mean much to most people. He's not Makarov, he's not Shepard, he's not one of the big faces they put on the box art. He's a guy you'd walk right past. And I think that's exactly the point, because the more I dug into who Volk actually is, the more the whole Paris mission stopped looking like a weapon hunt and started looking like the game quietly pointing at someone it hasn't shown us yet. So who is he? In the original series, Victor Volk was Makarov's guy. He ran chemical weapons all over the world under a front company called Forgotten Industries, and I mean all over the world. He wasn't moving one crate to one buyer. He was the logistics behind Makarov's entire chemical program. The guy who made sure the nerve agent got from a lab to a target without a single government catching it in transit. But here's the part that matters. Volk was never the mastermind. He wasn't the brains, he was a delivery man. Makarov decided where the weapons went, and Volk just made sure they got there. He's a middleman, a courier, a really dangerous clientless courier, but a courier nonetheless. And that distinction is the entire reason this theory works, so keep it in your back pocket. And yeah, I know Volk got taken in the original timeline, but this is a rebooted continuity. The whole point of a reboot is that the old rules don't apply anymore. His story is wide open again, and the whole thing starts in the second mission of Modern Warfare 4. It starts with the death of Makarov. Makarov dies in the second mission of Modern Warfare 4. That's straight from the devs, don't get mad at me on that one here, guys. That timing, though, is genuinely strange when you think about it. The biggest villain in the franchise is gone in Mission 2. You don't kill your headline villain that early unless his death is meant to open something up, not close it. And that's exactly what happens. Somewhere around killing him, Price learns something. He learns that Makarov has been smuggling a weapon of war into North Korea. And there's not just one. The first weapon. That's what started the invasion of the South. The North used it to kick off the whole war. But there's a second, a more powerful version. One that wouldn't help the North fight, it would effectively win them the war outright. And that's the one that Price is chasing. Not the weapon that already went off, the one that hasn't yet. And the man, acting as the go-between, moving that weapon from Makarov to North Korea, is Volk, a smuggler, a bomb maker, and conveniently, a rival of Valeria's. And that's why Valeria ends up working with Captain Price. On paper, that team up makes zero sense. She's a cartel-tier arms dealer, he's former SAS, but Volk is her competition. Another arms mover fighting for the same space in the shadow market. The same buyers, the same routes, and in their world, there's only so much room at the top. You can only be the cream of the crop and rise to the top.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
But Volk is taking up that space. So Price contacts Valeria and offers her a deal. Help me capture this weapon and you get to wipe your biggest rival off the board. This is a strategic alignment of two enemies working together to make a deal that benefits them both. Two criminals, wanted by international governments, both with a bone to pick in Makarov's operations. She's not turning good, she's not having a change of heart. She's using Price to eliminate a competitor and walk away with the market to herself. And Price is using her connections to get a weapon that he'd never find on his own and help him get it to North Korea to use against the North Korean. Everybody at that table is getting something. That's why it starts to make sense. But what caught my attention in the trailer was something most people just glossed over. Watch the Paris section closely. There's a yellow van. It doesn't show up once, it shows up over and over and over again. Different shots, different angles, different points in the sequence, but the same van. And every single time it's on screen, the name on the side is covered up. A sign in front of it, a person walking past, motion blur right where the logo should be. Every single time. And once you notice it, you can't unsee it. It's choreographed. Now, think about how trailers get made. Every frame is deliberate, every prop is placed. Nobody spends money to put a branded van in a hero shot 4 times and then hide the brand by accident. So either it's a nothing prop that they're protecting for no reason, or it's a name they're not ready to read us yet. And my gut says the name they're hiding is Fregata Industries, Volk's company, sitting in Paris in plain sight with its name blurred out. However, that blurred out image on the side of the fan could also say, subscribe to IceBurgz for all of your Call of Duty info, but that's kind of a mouthful, and we don't really know what it says, right? So that could be what it says altogether. Now, let's put it back together. The weapon is moving. Volk is in Paris moving it. Price is hunting it. Shadow Company is hunting it for Laswell. Valeria is helping take it down and move it to North Korea. Everyone is circling one shipment. And on the surface, the story is clean. A bad guy smuggles weapons, a good guy stops it, and that would be the end of the story. But here's where the whole thing falls apart. Why would Volk keep smuggling a weapon after Makarov died? Volk is a courier. He works for a paycheck. He works for a client. Makarov was supposedly the client. Now Makarov's in the ground. So who's cutting the check now? Who is paying him? He's got nothing left to gain by delivering it. He gets no payday and he has no boss anymore. The plan should have died the second that Makarov did too. And yet the weapon is still being moved. The deliveries didn't stop, and a dead man can't give orders. A dead man can't sign off on a shipment. So somebody else is signing for it now. Somebody that stepped into Makarov's shoes the second he died and didn't miss a beat. Fregata Industries, it's Volk's cover for moving weapons worldwide without anyone knowing. But he's a delivery guy. That's all he is. He doesn't decide the target, he doesn't start wars, he doesn't mastermind invasions. He delivers. So if Volk is still delivering this weapon after Makarov is gone, then Volk is taking orders from someone who isn't Makarov. And that's the thread. Who connected Makarov to North Korea in the first place? Who still wants that weapon delivered, even with Makarov dead? Volk isn't the answer to that question. Volk is the road to it. The one living thread that leads straight up to whoever's actually running this whole thing from the shadows. So Volk being in Paris doesn't answer the question. It creates a bigger one because someone is telling him where that weapon goes. Someone who Makarov would have worked with or worked for. Someone who wants the war in Korea to keep on schedule. Someone Call of Duty hasn't revealed to us yet. And if you want to know who the secret villain of Modern Warfare 4 might be, click this video right here. And until next time, I am IceBurgz, your Call of Duty informant. Stay frosty.